the Madman! Welcome to another day of card reveals from Fractured and Alterac Valley. Now this card just flew in, and boy are his wings tired. It's Wing Commander Ichman. 9 mana, 5/4. Battlecry, summon a beast from your deck and give it rush. If it kills a minion this turn, repeat. Wow! With this card, you could, for 9 mana, have a whole board full of big beasts. That's super dumb. There's no way this will ever work. Now this is a card that actually could work. Revive Pet, 3 mana, nature spell for Hunter. Discover a friendly beast that died this game, summon it. You can get some tremendous value off of Teacher's Pet and off of Trampling Rhino. You don't even have to cut any of the worst beats because you can discover the card. Will we potentially see a slightly slower face Hunter? Will we see some sort of Guardian Animals deck work for Hunter? Question mark? You can summon King Crush with Revive Pet. We got another mini package for Hunter. It's a secret package with the objective card Baldar Bunker. 2 mana. At the end of your turn, draw a secret and set its cost to 1. Last 3 turns. That is 2 mana, draw 3 slowly, but also get a discount of 3. So it's like -1 mana, draw 3. Wow. Boy, that's a really good card. Assuming we get some secret synergy. And we do get some secret synergy. We get Ram Tamer. 3 mana, 4/3 Battlecry. If you control secret, gain +1/+1 in stealth. So that's a 3 mana, 5/4 with stealth. While both of these cards are actually quite good, the main problem is you have to run all these secrets. And the secrets aren't very good right now. And the payoffs aren't really good enough. As good as Ram Tamer and the Bunker are, I don't feel like they stand up yet to the other deck's power levels. Maybe we'll see the secret from this set get released, and maybe like another secret lever, and then suddenly all of those things will change. Over in Demon Hunter Land, we have a Flag Runner. 3 mana, 1/6. Whenever a friendly minion dies, gain +1 attack. So this card is intended for the token support. The unfortunate thing is just that there's a lot of decks where the Flag Runner, you know, you get out and then you can't necessarily buff the Flag Runner up immediately that turn. And you may not even be able to buff the Flag Runner if you're up against a minionless deck, of which there are some out there in the meta. And also, it's a little bit too slow to be playing a 3 mana, 1/6. If you are playing against an aggro deck. This card isn't going to put token Demon Hunter into the limelight. Paladin gets a cool late game card, Templar Captain. 8 mana, 8/8 rush. After this attacks the minion, summon a 5/5 defender with taunt. That is a late game finisher card. Despite this potentially not being the right meta for a slow 8 mana card, Templar Captain is strong enough that I have no doubt that eventually Templar Captain will see play in some sort of mid-range Paladin deck. And I'm definitely saying that Templar Captain is probably not going to see play right away. We have to see all the other cards. But a late-game Paladin deck doesn't quite seem viable yet. But I've never been quite as optimistic for a Paladin, a late-game Paladin, as I have until after I've seen Templar Captain and, importantly, Lightforged Cariel. I think it's fair to say if a Lightforged Cariel deck will work, Templar Captain has a very high chance of being in that deck. Seeing the Templar Captain and seeing the Rush reminds me that Varian is played in Secret Libram Paladin, and I do think that that deck has a reasonable chance at playing Lightforged Cariel. Varian is currently fetching Cariel and Samuro would love to be buffed by Lightforged Cariel. But maybe you can fit in one more Rush card in there? And that's the Templar Captain. It's a little bit big for that deck, and I'm not saying run 2 of them, but maybe try 1 of them out. It could fit. And certainly the more the meta swings towards a later game value-focused deck, the better the Templar Captain is. Warrior got a Snowed In card, 3 mana, Frost Spell for Warrior, very interesting. Destroy a damaged minion, freeze all other minions. So it's an execute effect which has a freeze all other minions tied to it. Control Warrior currently isn't lacking for single target removal, I feel. And you do have to compare this card directly with Coerce. There's cases where Coerce is better, and there's cases where Snowed In is better. Coerce is better at just taking out a single big guy, especially if you don't have to damage it. Snowed In, they have to be damaged, but you do get the benefit of freezing all their minions, which could really slow down the opponent if they're playing an aggressive deck. It's a neat idea and really has to depend on if Control Warrior is played and if there's a lot of minion swarmy decks, in which case Snowed In would be better than Coerce. Those are quite a few caveats though. In neutral land, we have another card that is fit for the late endgame value theme. Abominable Lieutenant, 8 mana 3/5. At the end of your turn, eat a random enemy minion and gain its stats. Wow, what a monster of a card. This is the type of card that if you play and your opponent just has a single big card, you might just single-handedly win the game because you play it, you eat their card, this gets their stats. Maybe Lieutenant now has like 9+ health. Your opponent fails to deal with it, and then they lose. The question though is, will typical constructed games be that late game? Will they be focused that much on value? Or will this be mostly irrelevant against spell-based decks or combo-based decks or aggro decks? And there's probably too much combo and aggro right now for Abominable Lieutenant to be good, but in the right meta, you could definitely consider this card. And we'll end with a nice card for Abominable Lieutenant to eat. Ivus the Forest Lord, neutral legendary card. 1 mana 1/1. Battlecry, spend the rest of your mana and gain +2/+2 Rush, Divine Shield, or Taunt at random for each. Note that you are limited to 1 trigger of Rush, Divine Shield, or Taunt. So if you spend a lot of mana, most of your mana will sink into the +2/+2. Here's the dream. You're playing your Druid deck. It's turn, I don't know, 20. You've got your maximum mana all the way up to 20. You pay your mana for Ivus. You pay your 3 extra mana for Rush, Divine Shield, and Taunt. You have 16 extra mana. You buff it by +32/+32, so you got your 33/33 Rush, Divine Shield, and Taunt. All you had to do was spend 20 mana on your turn. Wow. Or, you know, for 10 mana, so you get a +12/+12. So you got a 13/13 Rush, Divine Shield, Taunt for 10 mana. I mean, that is actually quite good compared to cards as of old. And the fact that you can flexibly play this on 5 mana, you may not actually get what you need, but it's good on curve. Ivus the Forest Lord is just a generally good card. Also, for Quest Paladin, it's a 1 mana card. So, will our new Fractured and Alterac Valley meta be full of cards such as Wing Commander Ichman and Abominable Lieutenant? Or are those cards all too slow? Find out soon.